What's going on, everyone? It's October 2nd, second day of spooky season, 4:22 p.m. As I'm talking right now, I think the Astros game might be over. Let's take a look. Yes, Detroit wins. Oop, that's yesterday. Detroit's up 5-2, though, so not much difference. Let's look at that. There's 2 on, 4. What do we got? Top of the ninth, 2 outs, 2 on. And Detroit's at bat, so they can make it more difficult for the Astros, put this game away. With a 3-run, it seems like it's going to be the end of the Astros season here. Best of 3, I believe, for the wild card. So Detroit's about to take a 2-0. That's going to be it. We got the Mets up at 6:30 against Milwaukee, and then we have the Braves and San Diego at 7:30. It's the second day of wild card. It's looking spooky for me, at least. I don't know about you guys.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
My teams are not doing so hot. Like I said, the Astros, check the hat. Fortunately, they're about to go out. I don't really think we were going to make a deep playoff run anyway, so you go out now, you go out later. What's the difference? That's the way I feel about it. I was going to shift to baseball season. He wants to say hello. I was going to shift to baseball season because NFL is not looking good for me as a Cowboys fan. I'll cry about it. That's okay. I can hear Heston in my head cry about it. Yeah. Sometimes I do, Heston. I was going to shift over to baseball. It looks like that avenue's closed for me. I'm an Aces fan, so WNBA is not looking good either. They're down 2-0 to the Libs. New York Liberty. More competitive game last night, but everybody thinks Liberty's going to win. They do. They get it done. Close, gritty game. I like they putting up a better fight in this one than the first game, but looks like that one's probably going to go to the way of the Liberty. So there's actually a lot more that I want to talk about for the NFL, because when we started this season, our opening show, we were going through the teams and we were taking a look at them, seeing what we thought their wins, their losses would be, and I'd have to go back and check. But as we're standing right now, teams we didn't think that would be doing very well, Vikings are at the top of the list. Vikings are 4-0. Haven't lost.
1-on-1, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Shout out LeVar Ball. They're going up against the Jets. I feel like they'll take that game. I don't know if that's going to be a difficult game for them or not. Jets have been kind of hit or miss lately. I like the Jets. There's a significant improvement with Aaron Rodgers in there, which you would expect versus Zach Wilson. But they've looked really good at times. And I think if they can get everything dialed in, they can be a really good team. I just think the Vikings are on a different level right now, I think. Sam Darnold's playing great, just as a team. There's a good example this season of just well-built teams, independent of cost, are playing really well, as you would imagine. But it's a trend that the cheaper quarterbacks out there are playing really well. The teams need to know what they are, whether they're a team that can pick up and pay a quarterback a little bit less and have success like the Vikings, or if they're going to need to pay a quarterback a bunch of money because they really don't have any options. So it's looking right now like the Vikings are just one of those teams, and 4-0 is definitely not where I expected them to be. I think we said they were going to go under on their wins potentially, so looking at that, we were wrong there. We praised the Bears, but with a little grain of salt, we knew that was preseason and that's not indicative of how the season's going to go. So they're sitting at 2-2 even, probably pretty happy to be there 2-0 at home. So at least their fans get to see some winning football. Going up against the Panthers, new look Panthers, no Bryce Young. I can't say didn't see that coming. I really didn't at the beginning of the season, but Bryce Young's not the answer, so right call. It's the move to make. There's really not much of a debate there. That one, I don't know. I think I'll actually like the Panthers in this one a little bit. What do we got? We got Chicago's the favorite. The spread is Chicago -4. With Andy Dalton in there, I think it's just a different team. They played decent against the Bengals, didn't get it done, but I think if Bryce Young's in there, they have no chance. So I'm on the fence about that one. I think I'm probably going to lean towards the Bears on this one. At least maybe that's just wishful thinking. I hope the Bears get it done. So that brings us to Ravens and Bengals. Ravens are a fucking wagon. I mean, they figured it out. You've got the best running back in the entire league of the generation on a team that was already one game away from the Super Bowl. That's one touchdown away from beating the Chiefs. I mean, like fractions away from beating the Chiefs, who are on a roll this season to start as well. They went into Dallas and just dominated, and it hurts so bad because now nobody will stop talking about how Dallas could have had Derrick Henry. Maybe they didn't have the money to pay him, but you had a quarterback that's willing to play off of, not signing a new contract. I don't know how all the money works out, but I feel like if you got a chance to get Derrick Henry in there, it only makes sense. Yeah, so I think that's Ravens all the way. I don't really have to think about that one. I think I'm going to take Ravens probably in pretty much every game for the remainder of the season. They figured out what to do with Derrick Henry, which is, surprise, surprise, hand him the ball.
There goes Henry up a big running game against Dallas. Derrick Henry on the run. Hamlin and Lewis chasing at the 40, at the 30. He will score!
So they seem to have got that taken care of. They're handing him the ball. I'm going to go ahead and take Ravens. Bengals, though, I don't think we saw them being this bad to start the season. And on par with the trend I'm talking about, we didn't think that the Ravens probably would be sitting at 2-2 here. There's a win they should have picked up. The loss to the Chiefs isn't too bad. It's, like I said, it's centimeters.
Terry McCauley's going to have to make this call, but it looks like that toe's on the line, Terry.
They go for two. They probably get it. Again, you have Derrick Henry. Hand in the ball, let him force his way in. So I think they probably get that, and they win that game. So it's tough there. Dolphins, Patriots. I don't think we really thought the Patriots were going to be anything good. I'm going to take probably the Patriots in this game. Dolphins' offenses looked horrible without Tua. Really not much to say there, except that those games are probably going to be really tough to watch until the Dolphins can get either they can get things going with Huntley or find another quarterback. I'm going to take Patriots in that one. Browns, Commanders. The commies they've been absolutely insane. I know we talked about that they could be a good team, and I think Heston was a little hesitant to say they're going to be a team. But I said that they could potentially win the NFC East, and right now, sitting at 3-1, it looks like they're going to. I don't think that the Cowboys are better than them. That's wild of me to say, but they have looked like the Cowboys have not looked good. So I think the Cowboys are the third best team in the NFC East, barely beating the Giants in a Thursday night football game. Doesn't satisfy me at all. And the way the Commanders have been winning, I'm going to take them against the Browns. The Cowboys beat the brakes off the Browns in week 1. I don't even want to know what the Commanders are going to do at all. So give me the Commanders and give me the spread, all of it. Colts, Jags, I'm going to take Colts. Jaguars 0-4. I don't know that we said much about the Jags, but 0-4, definitely didn't expect that. This is another example of a quarterback getting paid a whole bunch of money and then not producing really anything, not a single win. So I'm going to take Colts. It says that Jacksonville's kind of favored. I think because of Anthony Richardson, they don't know, but you have Joe Flacco in there with the Colts. That to me is probably worse for you. So I'm probably going to take the Colts still. Bills, Texans. Wow. Okay, so Bills get destroyed by the Ravens, which honestly I'm surprised that happened, but I'm also not. You have Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. You have good receivers in Zay Flowers. You have Mark Andrews, like Justice Hill. You have a whole slew of offensive weapons. I'm not really surprised that they're able to do that. I'm just surprised that it took this long for them to do it and that they did that against the Bills. I figured they would have done that to previous opponents. This one's a little bit tough. I do like the Texans. They have been struggling, but I'm probably still going to take them against the Bills. I know that usually when you get beat like that, you're looking to bounce back and make a bunch of adjustments and prove a point. But I just think it's going to be the Texans. I like Nico Collins. I like CJ Stroud. They have been struggling a bit. They've lost one game, but they've been in close games where they probably shouldn't have. So I think I'm feeling like this game at home, I think they're going to beat the Bills and make the Bills have more questions about what kind of a team they are. Raiders, Broncos, Broncos. I mean, this is, good defense. Don't know about the offense and Bo Nix. I haven't really paid too much attention, but sure, Broncos, this is a game I'm probably going to stay away from. I really don't care. That's fine. Cardinals, 49ers. That should be 49ers. Cardinals came out and I think they beat the Rams. Their one win is against the Rams, which I thought was weird. I didn't think that the Cardinals were good enough to do that. They got destroyed by the Commanders. Close game with the Lions and lost to the Bills. So, I'm still going to probably, in that game, I'm going to take the 49ers. They should win. There's no reason the Cardinals should win that game. Packers, Rams. I'm going to go Packers. Packers have been pretty good this season as well. Despite losing Jordan Love for a bit. I think he's back now. But, that's a team that we had talked about being a pretty good team this season. 2-2 might be a little surprising, but they've had a rocky road up to this point. So I'm not going to hold it against them too much. But I think they get it done against the Rams, even on the road. Should be a win for them. Giants, Seahawks. Seahawks should get the win there. I don't see any problem with that, especially from what we saw from them and the Lions. I know the Lions beat them, but they showed a lot in that game that I think is just going to be a problem for the Giants. I don't see the Giants putting up numbers like the Lions did. So, Seahawks for sure. And Cowboys, Steelers. I'm going to have to pick against the Cowboys. That's my team. So that's not easy to do. But we have the worst run game in the league pretty much. Let me look this up. Yeah. We have the worst rushing offense in the league with 301 rush yards. We get 3.5 per carry. The longest of the season we've had is 12 yards. And if you look at the Steelers' defense, these Steelers have only given up 347 yards total. They're the third best. It's the third least, or however you want to put that. They give up 3.7 yards per carry. So they're a pretty tough rushing defense. So we're not going to be rushing the ball. We're going to be passing. We hardly do it anyway. We've had very limited success. So if we try to prove a point and go that way, we're going to lose. That's just the way that's going to happen. Now the Steelers, they are pretty good in the pass game as well. They're in the top half of the league in terms of pass defense. So I don't know that they're going to necessarily clamp us, but that's the only way we're going to be able to do that. And when you've got TJ Watt rushing the passer against what's been a shaky offensive line so far, it's going to be Steelers for me. I hate to pick against my team. I'll be surprised. It's going to be Steelers. Let's go back to the Thursday night game. I skipped over that. That's Bucs-Falcons. Bucs have been playing well. Falcons have also surprisingly been playing well. I think that was a team that we figured would be good. They've had some really good games. So I think maybe I slept on them a little bit. The Bucs, I don't really know exactly what kind of a team they are. Let's look at their past games. So they beat the Commanders week 1, I guess. They beat the Eagles, which thank you for that. Lose to the Broncos. Broncos good defense. And they beat the Lions. So that's a pretty formidable team, I think. I haven't looked at the stats on how these offenses stack up against each other. So I mean, looking at the common opponent in the Eagles, I'm tempted to take the Bucs. It's going to be a good game either way. This one I probably would hate to have to touch this one. Fuck it. Give me the Bucs. And Monday night, Saints-Chiefs. That's going to be Chiefs for me. Saints started out really hot and have just slowed down a bit. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I have no reason to pick against the Chiefs, especially at home. They're 4-0. I think they'll make it 5-0. And you know what everybody says about the refs and the Chiefs. So I'm not going to really comment on that. I really don't think that's a thing. But just to add more fuel to the decision there. I didn't get to watch too much football this past weekend. My team played on a Thursday night, which generally means I'm not going to watch too much football on a Sunday. Watch the Monday night games. Miami's got to do something, dude. That looks horrible. It just looks so bad. It's just a horrible game to watch.
Whew. And that appears to be backwards. Hill kind of went after it for a while and tried to knock it out of bounds. Wasn't successful.
Lions game, Seahawks game was so fun. There's just complete juxtaposition in these two games. Major League Baseball playoffs are underway. My team has been eliminated, so Tigers advance to the ALDS. Kansas City and Baltimore are playing right now, top of the fourth. Kansas City's up 1-0 on Baltimore. They win that game, they advance. And then you've got the Mets, Brewers, and Braves, Padres. I expect Braves, Padres I expect the Padres to end it there. And Mets, it'd be nice if the Mets just did too. Just end all of the series right here. Let's look at WNBA real quick. So, unfortunately, again, my team, the Aces, is one game away, I think, from going out. I think these are best of 5 series. I don't think they go the full 7. I could be wrong. Let me look this up. Definitely not an expert. It's Series 2-0. It's a semifinal. It's a WNBA semifinal. I don't see why it wouldn't go 7. Semifinals are a best of 5 format. Wow. First to win 3. So Aces are about to lose. They lose by 10 in game 1 and they lose by 4. So improvement, but Liberty is a deep team. Aces don't really have a bench that can compete entirely. Those are pretty close games though. So sticking around, especially in the best team. I think the Liberty are the best team in the WNBA. Yeah, Liberty are the best team in the WNBA. So, I mean, Aces are second in the Western Conference. And it looks like the way they do this is they just reorder everybody by their ranking. They don't play East Conference, Western Conference, and then meet. They just reorder everybody based on their record. And then 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, all that. Yeah. So that's looking like that's going to be it. Let's look over at the other series because I have not been paying attention to that. That one is actually tied 1-1. Sun win game 1 by 3 points, 73-70. The Minnesota Lynx win 77-70 in game 2. So that one's actually that one's actually a series right there. That one will extend a little while. I didn't really watch these teams play. I just think that the Liberty are probably going to go and probably win the whole thing. They're going to ruin the Aces 3-peat. But imagine coming back from down 2-0, win 3 straight, go to the finals 3-peat. It'd be incredible.
Imagination.
All right, fine.
I have hope because that's really all I have left. Formula One is getting a bit interesting. This is old news now, but Daniel Ricciardo gets fastest lap and makes it so that if Max Verstappen finishes out the rest of the season second to Lando, he can still win. It's crazy. Lando comes into the season no wins, and now he's got 3. So it seems like him and the car are working really well. Haven't really been watching the races live, just been kind of getting caught up on them. And Red Bull is definitely struggling compared to what they used to be. I mean, Max is still in the lead. The Constructor Cup, though, the McLarens have that for the meantime. Yeah, man, I think right now I like the Commanders to win the NFC East. I think is looking pretty good, and I really do like that. It's not really what I'd hoped for, but I think that's what I'm going for now. It seems safe, dude. Jaden Daniels reminds me so much of Lamar Jackson when I see certain plays and the presence he has, the way he moves. He gets into the end zone off it's 2 identical plays that I saw from a couple weeks ago. Lamar Jackson's handing the ball off. He pulls it out last minute, and then he takes off and he scores. Jaden Daniels, same exact thing. It's a bit different because I think Lamar goes up the middle and he takes it out a little bit, but essentially the same thing. It's just a little waltz into the end zone, and it's just same sort of build, same sort of style, and I like it. He gets hit on a play, chucking the ball in the air, I think in the Cardinals game. Check this out. Gets pummeled. Boom. A beautiful pass. he gets hit when he throws that ball, and it just drops in perfectly. It's a fantastic catch, by the way, as well. But this play, I'm looking at this right here, and I'm just absolutely amazed. It's unbelievable. That game was great, and then it just keeps going. And I just expect this team to just keep going. Might be the fact that they have no expectations, but it's beautiful to watch. Let's go ahead and preview 307 coming up this weekend. So UFC 307, Alex Pereira, which, by the way, that man fights so often. I feel like I just watched him fight. I feel like I just watched it. Now, granted, it was probably UFC 300 was his last fight, so 7 pay-per-views ago, but I feel like he had one since then. I could be tripping. Yeah, so Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree, UFC 307, search engines bar. Okay, so that's your main event. Alex Pereira, Khalil Roundtree. I think with heavyweights, light heavyweights, but I feel like it's very similar to heavyweights. You could just get a guy that hits insanely hard like Roundtree. So this might be something to look at. Like, Alex hits very hard. He does. But he does have a suspect chin. I mean, we've seen Izzy do some things. So I would not be surprised. It's a fight, dude. Like, anything can happen. But it'll be fun to watch. Alex Pereira fights are always fun. Raquel Pennington, Juliana Pena. I want to go with Juliana in this fight. I typically don't like Juliana Pena either, which is kind of crazy, but I think I'm coming around on the bandwagon, if you can call it that. I think she's going to get her belt back. Jose Aldo, Mario Bautista. Always like to see Jose win, so I think he will. Ketelin Vieira and Kayla Harrison, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go Kayla Harrison. I think she's a minus 900 favorite. Jesus. Yeah. Kidding me? Kevin Holland, Roman Dolidze. I love Kevin Holland. I'm going to back him in every fight that he's in. You know, that's a bad idea sometimes and has been a very bad idea, but I'm still going to do it for this fight. I will be watching that because I love watching him fight. Stephen Thompson, Joaquin Buckley. Everything tells me that Joaquin should probably win, but Stephen Thompson's an incredible striker. So I would not put it past him. He's minus 205. Joaquin Buckley is. So they're saying he'll get it done. I think he probably will. So I'm going to go with him. We'll be watching that one. Marina Rodriguez, Yasmin Lucindo. I don't really know enough to pick in this fight, but what else we got? Cesar Almeida. Some of these fighters I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert. I'm a casual fan when it comes to these. Ryan Spann I have heard of. Crazy to me that Carla Esparza is on the early prelims. That's apparently her last fight, from what I've heard. So kind of crazy that she's on the early prelims, but worth watching there. If that's going to be her last fight, she's going to take the gloves off. She's going to retire probably. So Tim Means, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to probably watch these early prelims. I'm probably not going to watch until probably Rodriguez. I'll watch that and fuck it, I'll take her. Yeah, that's interesting. Alex Pereira, like which cards he's been on. I think his last one might have been 300, but I feel like I've seen him so many cards. He was on, there was Pereira versus Hill, April 13th. Oh, he fought Prohaska, June 29th. Okay, so it has been a while. It just feels like we've seen him so much. He's only fought twice this year, but still fighting twice this year, fighting a third time. It's October. He probably won't get another one in, but he retains his belt, then he might just say fuck it. If they want to end the year on a bang, they can. Yeah, I tend to want to take him, but Roundtree would be crazy. That'd be insane. And that would shake things up a shit ton. Yeah, man, that's it for me. If you got this far, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about the NFL season so far, what teams you're riding with, which ones you're surprised by, which ones you're not. You know, I told you so's. Didn't see that coming. Let me know what your team is, how they're doing, how you feel about it. If you're following the MLB, let me know there. Same thing, who you got winning it all, who you got advancing from the games that we've had so far. If you're going to be watching 307, what you're excited for there, who you got winning, and WNBA. Same there. Just let me know what you guys got going on. I'll probably catch y'all next week. Maybe not same time, maybe not same place, but anyway, I'll see y'all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.